no one can see a future because everything's expensive now. Everything, like the VAT's gone up, everything's just gone up, and everyone's just showing frustration.
It doesn't excuse looting though, does it?
Pardon?
It doesn't excuse looting?
No.
Right.
It's just, I think, to be honest, I think everyone's just frustrated.
It was a bad thing.
But other people just taking advantage, you know, to make a profit and just steal stuff.
Because you get old people doing it, there's no reason, like, they should be sat at home telling their kids to stay at home, but they're out here doing it with them, do you know what I mean?
Overall, we're not here for anything, you know, like robbing or nothing. We're just here, you know,
just looking to get home, but I can't get home because it's blocked down there.
Well, a local councillor, John Flanagan, gave his reaction to the night's events.
These are thieves and thugs who are trying to destroy business in this city. We have a lot of good kids in this city. We know we're affected by the major cuts. We're losing youth clubs. These are not the youth of Manchester. The youth of Manchester are great kids. They're hard-working, they go to college, they try their best. This is not a reflection of this city. There are a gang of thugs who, any other day, they'd be shoplifting or robbing. You can see the way they're actually organised by an odd few at the back, and I'm sure when the police do the CCTV cameras, they'll actually identify these individuals who've organised it.
What do you make of the way...
Well, Gary Shewan, Assistant Chief Constable of Greater Manchester Police, gave this assessment of the night's violence in the city.
Since late afternoon, Greater Manchester police officers have been faced with extraordinary levels.
We're seeing making petrol bombs within 200 metres of the front of the police line. So, you know, still that sense of bravado coming from the people this evening.
Is there a sense that the activity is concentrated in a particular part of Liverpool?
The trouble did spread slightly this evening. When it did start around Smith,
started to close it in. They just stood there for about half an hour, and then after that they just started squeezing it in, and then everyone else just started scattering.
Bottom line here, sorry to interrupt you, what do the people of Gloucester have to riot about? I know this is spreading across the country, but if you look at just one city on its own, they've got nothing to riot about, really.
No, Gloucester's a small city though, but I think it's not a city situation. I think it's a youth situation. I mean, I know that a lot of youths are getting sick and tired of these stop and searches, and a lot of youths are getting stopped just being questioned just because they're being judged, like, you know, differently. So it's like, I think it's a voice that wants to be heard, but it's a way that not really, you know, approved of.
Well, they're watching what's happening in other parts of the country and just almost seems to be joining in for the sake of it.
I think, there could be a lot of that, because but the thing was though, there was no looting in Gloucester. I didn't see, there was no shops or robberies like that. I think it was just an adrenaline activity, to be honest.
That's Dale Miller, who's been witness to the riots overnight ongoing in Gloucester. Dale, thanks for your information. As we've said, it's been happening all over the country. London was the flashpoint originally, but now spreading to other cities across England. Here's Alan Fisher with the latest.
The trouble in the northern city of Manchester started late in the afternoon. Some of the attacks were brazen, with a crowd watching on. The hooded man took his time to set fire to clothes in the store window, and it quickly spread.
Welcome to Manchester.
The police eventually appeared, but by then the fire had taken hold. Mounted officers moved in to clear the area, and police made a number of arrests. At one point, rioters battered their way into the city's main shopping centre, which had put new security measures in place after the trouble of the last 2 days. There was also looting in the nearby city of Salford. Police tried to clear the streets and ended up in a confrontation with gangs of young people, some as young as 11. Further south in the Midlands of England, there was trouble in Birmingham and the surrounding areas. Across London, things have been relatively quiet. 16,000 officers on the streets help keep a lid on trouble, with only sporadic incidents reported. It's a sign of the tension that...
Boundary there in Manchester city centre. Well, Birmingham has also experienced...
with intent to endanger life. They say that now a total...
from the Aston area just a few hours ago.
It feels quite good actually after 3.
of disturbances, now going, of course, into the fourth day, although a much quieter night tonight than last night. So 685 people arrested. Of that total, 111 have so far been charged. The police aren't complacent, though. The officers are out there. You can go through any London borough, as we have been doing this evening, and you can see a significant police presence. There are also pockets of youths, young men hanging about on street corners. What we haven't had really are too many outbreaks. I was in Canning Town in East London earlier on, where there were some skirmishes. A shop was looted, bricks were...
Now it's Wednesday morning here in...
Much calmer.
While there have also been disturbances in the Midlands, 109 people were arrested in Birmingham, Wolverhampton and West Bromwich. And Sky sources say a gun was fired towards a police officer in the Aston area of the city. Earlier, Darren Little spoke to my colleague Samantha Simmons on the phone from Aston.
At the what seems to be the scene of that incident, there's a large police presence. It's just on the outskirts of Birmingham city centre, very close to the Aston Villa ground, actually. And what we found is there is a Volkswagen Golf car which has been abandoned on a roundabout. The door is open, and the suggestion is that the person or persons inside have fled into the estate right by it. So at the moment, the police are out with the police dogs, and they're going through this estate